the right way to go down on a woman is something that is very close to my heart, very near and dear. Now, see, the first thing to do, okay, the first thing you gotta do is you gotta find the clit. Can't find the clit, you're fucked, okay? Now, there are alternative methods. You know, there are other ways to get a girl off, and all girls know this, okay? You can find the G-Spot, but finding the G-Spot on a girl that you've never gone down on is probably the most difficult thing anyone could ever think of. God damn, I need a cordless mouse because I can't see these fucking MSN messages! Oh well. See, Doomsday Deliverer writes in, the right way to eat a pussy. Am I doing it wrong if I use barbecue sauce? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, okay? There are many, many, many different ways to do it. There are right ways and there are wrong ways. Now, for example, if you use hot wings, okay, if you peel the skin off of hot wings and you rubber clit with it, just like, big mistake. Bad idea, okay? Chicks may like a flaming hot cock, but not a flaming hot wing. Very, very bad. I am not a wetback, right? So this is okay if I put salsa on her clit. You can. I don't think she'd like it, but you can always try it, you know. There's some freaky chicks out there, you know. Some require more stimulation than others, you know. I've heard of chicks using candles because the wax, like, kind of half melts, okay? And then basically, you know, you're in it like... And all of a sudden, you've got no idea what you're doing. You're like, fuck, I've never gone down on this chick before. And I'm probably never going to go down on her again because I just fucked something up. All right? And all of a sudden, you know, you get this idea. Okay? And basically, you're at the clit, and you're like, finally, I found the clit. Because, you know, finding the clit is half the battle. Now, most guys go in there like, I'm going to jiggle my tongue like I'm freaking Gene Simmons. You know, get this sandpaper and super glue it to my tongue and just go, bad idea. Very bad idea, okay? That's not the way to get a girl off. Just like anything else, okay? For example, when I jerk off, I don't all of a sudden just go, all right, dick, it's time to climax. Blam, bam, 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 bam. No, very bad idea. Levels aren't perfect. For once, my levels aren't perfect. That is not one of my concerns at the moment. Okay? So basically, you know, you don't start with blam, 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 blam when you jerk off, alright? Normally, you know, everybody knows the rule. The rule is very simple, okay? You slowly, you know, you don't think to yourself, you know, normally, okay, Rico should know about this. When you start to jerk off, you know, normally the rule is you gotta flap it around a few times. You know, I think to myself, bone up. Alright? After which, then it's on. You know, once you got the boner, then it's on. Okay? However, girls don't get boners unless they have gigantic clitori. Or more than one clitoris for that. That would just be nasty. But no, I mean, so basically, it's not like she can flap her freaking clit. Alright, maybe you can play with the labia a little bit. Just kind of like pinch it ever so slightly. But no, it's not like you can flap the clit around. So, first, we've established. First thing, you ever so slightly get her turned on. You can tell when she has a boner when you start to feel the vaginal adhesive. Okay? Once you can feel the vaginal adhesive, which basically draws every dick within a fucking 10-block radius, then you know you're ready. So detailed. Well, you know, I'm trying to help the listeners here. I'm on a mission from God. So basically, alright, once you get the juices flowing, alright, and you can feel the vaginal adhesive, then you know it's on. So the first thing you do is you lick gently. And I mean gently. Okay? And once she starts... Okay, the first time she begins to make a sound, then you know it's time to just stick your finger right in. Okay? Not beforehand, because although the juices may be flowing, you don't just start like BAM! Very bad idea. I guess case in point, it's never going to be blammo. You don't start with blammo. You start slowly. Now when you're done, okay, and when she's squirming, this is what chicks love, okay? They absolutely love it. When their hips start to squirm, you just force it down on the bed, okay? You don't let that bitch move. It's that simple. And then while she's squirming, you basically hook your thumbs into the wings of her hips, okay? And you just force her into the fucking mattress. While you're licking the pussy, all right? Now, normally, when she starts to squirm, you know she's starting to come. Now, unlike most guys, all right, chicks can have as many orgasms as they want. And if they can't, then it's some sort of mental block. Their parents raped them or something. Okay, but most chicks, they can go until they get raw. Doomsday Deliverer writes in, +1 karma points for ADHD Radio. Woohoo! Barefoot Lurker says before, since she's still moving. Oh, wait a minute. I need to scroll up. Cockknocker writes in, am I the only person who is kind of impressed that Vamp seems to know what he is talking about? No, I mean, okay. See, here's the thing. Once she starts to moan, you go into the hips and you force her into the mattress. Once she starts to squirm, then you start to force her down. And it's more of like a down and through motion. Okay? Then, once you got both wings of the hips on the mattress, then you're ready. Okay? And you can always tell, always, when she starts to come, especially if you have your fingers like way up her snatch, because you'll start to feel the uteral convulsions. Once you feel the uteral convulsions, all right, then you know you've got climax number 1. Once you've got climax number 1, then you can basically do as much as you want. So what you do is you take your hands from the wings of her hips, okay, and then put your thumb of your left hand just below the belly button, maybe 2 or 3 inches. That way, okay, that's like your Geiger counter. And you can tell when she's coming because you can start to feel the uterus just go blah, blah, and have these epileptic seizures. Okay? You slow down on the clit and you take your right hand and you just bury it in her snatch. And you push up, all right, against your thumb until you find the G-spot. And you'll be able to find the G-spot because once your fingers touch, her eyes come out. Cal4 writes in, these are good ideas. No. This is practiced, okay? This is well established. All right? This is the way to get a chick off. And so far, most of the chicks in the room are agreeing with me. Okay? So once you're done with that, you back off on the clit. You slow down. Because after the first orgasm, okay, all chicks are different. Some chicks will start right in, and their first orgasm will be the most intense, and then it's just like the bottom of a roller coaster. You know, first it's just like, okay? Crazy orgasm. They come for like 20 seconds. All right? Others work up. You know, so some are like, you know, they climax, and then like by the time you're at the bottom of the hill after orgasm number 5, they're just like, hey, hey, And they don't even have the fucking wind to do anything but. But it really does vary. So basically, you know, you can sense when a chick starts to get tired when she's too lazy to moan. She's too lazy to moan, you know that your work is done. However, I am going to make a very personal suggestion. Normally, you know, guys are so selfless, so they're just like, okay, you know, I want you to come at least once, so get on top of me and fuck me. Okay? Because I want you to come first. So the easiest way to make a chick come with your dick is getting her on top, because she's going to grind around. It's going to feel like she just broke your dick in half. But see, that's the way to get the easiest clitoral stimulation. Okay? So normally, you know, it's you got to get yours before I get mine. You know, what was the Snoop Dogg song? Gin and Juice, right? However, the way that I see it, the best course of action for sex is to start and just pound the living shit out of her and come. You know, get yours. Get your motherfucking orgasm. Because if you just implemented the techniques that I just described, she's gonna be so fucking turned on and loose as a motherfucker that you will never, ever be able to come. Ever. She will be wide open. You will have the Grand Canyon of vaginal adhesive. It's that ridiculous. When you use the double G-Spot thing, you know, the perfect hook, I've got to come up with a term for that. You know, where you press down from the uterus and up through the vagina, and then you just start... Okay? Once that happens, she will be so loose that you will have to stick it in her ass just to get off. Cal4 says the Vamp spot. It's not the Vamp spot because, like, Guggenheim or something, the name this long that I can't remember. I think it's like the Gudamatapia spot. You know, that's the way to go. So basically, first get yours.
Are you scared?
And after you get yours, then you go down on her. Okay? Then she's going to be loose in every way, shape, and form. Once she's loose, you can go down on her. Now, there are other ways to do this. Once you go down on the chick, you know, alternatively, you could reverse it. You know, let's say, I don't know, she banged your brains out for 6 hours the night before, and you just want to give her another happy ending. Now, chicks love to be waked up by you going down on them, because before they know it, they're coming. That is the greatest alarm clock in history. Let's see. Hung GYP for IND4 writes in, holy shit, you just love talking about pussy. You sex-addicted motherfucker, and I corrected your grammar. Yes, absolutely.